The Semper Doggin podcast is proud to present Dogging Tuesday. These episodes are a lighthearted look behind the scenes of Semper Doggin and are recorded live every other Tuesday on the Semper Doggin podcast Facebook page. With featured guests, listener interaction, and good old-fashioned conversation, these Doggin Tuesday episodes are fun for all canine fanciers. Be sure to follow the Semper Doggin Facebook page and join us live on our next Doggin Tuesday recording. The Semper Doggin podcast is proudly presented to you by Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Froggy Bottom Outdoors is the newest outdoor and hunting supply, habitat management, and livestock feed provider in the Midwest. With a wide variety of products, a unique business model, and a dedicated team of individuals who are eager to provide their customers with an unparalleled shopping experience, you will not have to search any further than Froggy Bottom Outdoors. With brands such as Garmin, Yoder Nylon, Banks Hunting Blinds, Razor Hunting Gear, Purina Mills, Kalmbach Feeds, Inukshuk, Real World Products, and many more, Froggy Bottom Outdoors has you covered from the farm to the woods. Visit FroggyBottomOutdoors.com today and follow them on Facebook to see how they can help you. Not finding what you're looking for online? No problem. Feel free to give the store a call at 765-330-2098. The team at Froggy Bottom Outdoors is excited to get to know you and would be glad to answer any questions you may have. What is going on, Semper Doggin family? It is 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We are here for another episode of Doggin Tuesdays. Guys, I am running solo tonight, and I'm probably going to have to repeat this when more people get on here, but, just for the people who are listening on the podcast, the Doggin Tuesday, this is where you guys get to see the back end of Semper Doggin. And like I said, I'm running solo tonight. Basham is working his butt off down there in Kentucky. He wasn't supposed to be working overtime tonight, but they've got him on there working. They won't let him off, so you got me. Last Doggin Tuesday, you got Basham by himself. Tonight, you got me. And we have a lot to cover, okay? I got a whole laundry list of things that we are going to cover. Stephen Begley, thanks for joining. Gabe Secrets, Albert Ashcraft, Erica Miller, Shane Foltz. Guys, thank you for watching Doggin Tuesday. I got a lot to cover, and this is going to be good. If at any point you guys want to jump in here, you guys want to say something, comment, that's fine. Interrupt me. I'll stop what I'm doing, and we can get on here. Gavin Hillard, what's up, buddy? Cody Thornton, look at there. There's a guy who's not a houndsman, and he is watching Semper Doggin Tuesday. We appreciate that. Bucky, how are you, buddy? Okay, so like I said, Basham's working overtime tonight. He can't get on here. You got me. This week, I got my internet fixed. I think we tested this out last night. Everything worked out great. Matthew Johnson, hey buddy, how are you, buddy? Just talked to you on the phone the other day. So last Friday, a few days ago, we dropped a podcast on Dalton Hillard running his coyote dogs. Brianna Roth said she looks forward to the Tuesday evenings now. Thank you, Miss Brianna. Guys, she is with the Fallen Outdoors, or she was with the Fallen Outdoors. Now she's with Battlefront Outdoors. So we're going to do an episode on them, and we're going to have Brianna on here, so stay tuned to her. Like I said, so we dropped an episode with Dalton Hillard on his coyote hounds, and the reactions that we got from that were outstanding. We had so many people who got a hold of me and said they really enjoyed it. Scotty Williams right here. He said he enjoyed the podcast of the Coyote Dogs. Scotty, thank you for listening. It was fantastic. And that was something for me that I really wanted to do that was different from all of the coonhounds. I am really enjoying, through this Semper Doggin deal, I am really enjoying learning about other hound sports. I am enjoying stepping out of my comfort zone of the competition coon dogs and getting to know the people and the dogs that are involved in everything else. Guys, we have a lot going on here that we already have recorded. We've already got them edited. And, Matt Barnes says the internet is clean. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So yeah, the episode that we dropped with Dalton Hillard on the coyotes, if you guys have never went coyote hunting with hounds, If you are the slightest bit interested in it, I encourage you to go listen to that episode. Dalton does a fantastic job shedding light onto, a segment of hound hunting that really takes something. It takes two categories. It takes his scent hounds and it takes his sight hounds, and they have to marry together for one goal, to catch the coyote. It's a great thing, and Dalton does a fantastic job explaining that on the episode that we just dropped with him. And I know a lot of the coyote hunting guys, they said they really enjoyed it. And to hear people who are already in that field say that they enjoyed it tells me that we might be doing just something right. Just a little bit, because if the people who are his peers are enjoying it, then they are the hardest critiques, in my opinion. So Mark Adkins says, Nikki must have got the internet working for you. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let her roll with that. But like I said, guys, if you have any interest in any of that or any different types of dogs, I encourage you to keep following along with this on the Semper Doggin podcast. It's only going to get better. And with that, I've got some upcoming episodes I want to fill you guys in on. These are episodes that are already recorded. They're already edited. They are sitting in the bank ready to go. So coming up on March 8th, that is going to be the next episode of Semper Doggin, our actual podcast. And just so the people who are new to the Semper Doggin, we release an episode every other Friday of Semper Doggin. Every other Tuesday is when we do our Doggin Tuesdays, and those are released on Wednesday, wherever you guys get your podcast. So we just released one last Friday. The next episode, March 8th, will be Winter Classic, and that's going to be titled Telling Stories and Preserving Memories. And guys, that is something that we really had a good time doing down in Batesville, Mississippi. Basham and I, we went down there to the Winter Classic. Neither one of us even hunted in that event. We went down there simply for the reason of promoting Semper Doggin, getting to meet you guys, the listeners, hearing your stories, and using our platform to preserve your memories, guys. That's what this podcast is. If it's, like Basham said it 100 times, if it's nothing else, it's guys getting on here telling stories and recording it so that down the road, future generations will be able to look back at this, and it'll be old technology by then, but I'm sure they'll have a way for people to listen to this stuff. There will be a way for people to listen to these stories and hear what was going on in 2023, 2024, 2025, years down the road. Gabe Seeker says, are you going to be at the PKC World? Gabe, I am not going to be there, but I do have a list of other events that we are going to be at. So you guys got to stay tuned for a little bit, and I'll give you that rundown. Mark Adkins said we had a lot of people down there talking to you guys. We did. We had all kinds of people down there, guys. We had people that I've never met. It was a pleasure meeting them and talking to them. We have guys on there. We have one guy on there. He's another podcast personality. He's on one of the biggest podcast platforms that there are out there right now. And I'm not going to spoil that for you. You're going to have to listen next Friday, March 8th, to hear who that is, because it's somebody that I look up to. I think he does a fantastic job with his podcast, and the way that he presents himself and the way that he does his show is something that I thoroughly enjoy. He's one of my favorite podcasters, and we got him to sit down with us for just a few minutes while we were down there. So March 8th, Winter Classic, Telling Stories and Preserving Memories. March 22nd, we're going to release our episode with Heath Hyatt. Hey, look at there. Dalton Hiller just joined us. Dalton, we were just talking about you, buddy. Your ears must have been burning. Thank you for the episode that you did with us. I had a lot of great comments on that one. So back to it. March 22nd, we're going to sit there and we are going to release our episode with Heath Hyatt. That's going to be titled The Friends You'll Meet and the Places You Will Go. That right there is a podcast that Basham and I sat down and we just reflected with one of my great friends, Heath Hyatt, down there in Virginia. If you guys have not followed Heath along on the journey, that is a podcast. Whenever you get done listening to this Doggin Tuesday, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to go over to wherever you get your podcast. You need to type in The Journey with Heath Hyatt. That is a fantastic podcast if you want to learn all about training dogs. Heath does a great job of helping people teach, train, and learn every single week. It's one of my favorite podcasts as well. But Heath has been a great friend of mine for several years now, and I've went down there, I think 5 times to Virginia and went bear hunting with him and his gang. And it's some of the best fun that I've ever had. Wesley Woodward, he says average at best. Guys, Wesley's one of those guys that runs around with Heath. He's one of those guys that in December, I'm walking through the mountains in Virginia, and I don't ever see Wesley until I get to the base of the tree. That's the first time I get to see Wes. That's the first time I get to see Clater, Forrest, all those other guys, Fuzzy. We get to reconvene at the base of the tree every year, and that to me is something special. It's different. It doesn't matter what's happened in the year past. When we show up at the base of the tree, everybody shakes hands. Hey man, how you doing? We're usually looking up at a bear in the air, and that is a special, special feeling for me. So you're going to want to tune in March 22nd to Heath Hyatt, the friends you'll meet and the places you'll go. All right. After that, we've got on April 5th, we have an episode with Miss Hannah Falling, and that one is going to be titled Old English Bulldogs, Flyball, and Swimming Lessons. It's out there. There's a lot going on in that title, and you're going to want to listen to that one if you want some good laughs, if you want to learn about a breed of dog that I didn't know much about of, the Old English Bulldog. Miss Hannah, she was so intriguing to sit down and talk to because I know her from the coonhound world. Her and her husband, Chad, they're big into the PKC competition, and that's just how I've known them, is through the competition coonhounds. But Hannah has went out and diversified herself, you could say, into this breed of Old English Bulldogs. And what she's doing with her dog, running the sport of flyball, was something that I had never heard of until I started following her on Facebook a couple years ago and watching this that she has going on. So the episode dropping on April 5th, you're going to hear all about competition coonhounds, Old English Bulldogs, the sport of flyball, and you're even going to hear a story about how Miss Hannah got some swimming lessons down in the Yankeetown Bottoms in southern Indiana. So that's going to be an episode that you are not going to want to miss, April 5th. We're going down the line. I told you, I got a lot going on here. April 19th, okay, guys. This is an episode that we recorded with a lady who I had never spoke to, except one other time. I called her to ask her if she would be willing to join us on the podcast, and she agreed. So this was our first real conversation. This recording was with Lauren Brown, and that's going to be titled The Written Houndsman. And guys, that is an episode that was probably, it is a heartfelt episode, and that's the only way that I know how to say it. Hearing the way that Lauren takes her houndsmanship and takes her experiences and puts them into words is something that I wish I could do. I wish I had her talent of taking what I feel and what I think and putting them into words for others to see and to read. If you guys aren't following her on Facebook, you need to. Lauren Brown, she's also a photographer, so she does a great job of photographing her hounds, photographing her life, and then tying it all together with these beautiful short stories. And that's an episode that, you know, it's a tearjerker at times. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, during part of it, I was kind of tearing up a little bit because you can feel the passion, the emotion that she had in the story that she's telling. And guys, it's a story that I'm not going to ruin it. You're just going to have to listen to it on April 19th with Lauren Brown. I'm just going to stop it there because The Written Houndsman is a title that is perfect for that episode. The last one that we have right now, guys, is going to be dropping on May 3rd, I believe, and that is with Mr. Calvin Redhouse. And I don't have a title for that episode yet. I've been thinking on that one. I don't have a real clever one because, you know, Calvin has been featured on some other podcasts before, and rightly so, because Calvin lives on the Navajo Nation Indian Reservation down in Arizona, and he lives down in the Chusca Mountains. And the way that Calvin got into hounds is a story that's different than most people, I would say. The way that he uses his hounds are different than most people. You know, it started out honestly as a job for him, protecting the people and protecting the towns that he lives in down there that are on his reservation. So that episode with Calvin Redhouse is going to be a good one. Basham and Calvin go back and forth a little bit about their time in the military, and that's always good banter to hear back and forth. And speaking of the military, guys, I hope you enjoyed the segment that we just put into the one with Dalton this last week on the Hometown Hero Outdoors Hero of the Week. That is a segment that we are going to do going forward on every podcast. I want you guys to please think about somebody in your life who either serves in the military, as a first responder, a police officer, anybody along those lines, somebody who makes a difference in your life or in the lives around you, and you'd like to give some recognition to. Send me an email, semperdoggin@gmail.com, and we want to recognize those people on those episodes of the Hometown Hero Outdoors Hero of the Week. Basham and I have partnered up with Hometown Hero Outdoors to bring some recognition and to their organization, to try and spread the word of what they're doing, guys. They are a fantastic organization. They're a nonprofit organization. They take military, first responders, EMS. Shane Smith, put Dad on the podcast. We'd never get him off there. Anyways, back to the Hometown Hero Outdoors. They take all these people out on trips, and it's all just to say thank you for what they do. And it's the same with Battlefront Outdoors that Brianna Roth, Eric Presley, they're involved in. And we're going to get them on the podcast too. So there's a lot of great organizations that are doing these things. Hometown Hero Outdoors, it just kind of made sense though for us to join up with them because Kyler, he's actually lives in the town that I work in now. So it's very close to home. It's very personal. If I need anything, I can just get a hold of him. And so the Hometown Hero Outdoors is an organization that we decided to team up with, and we are going to be featuring a Hometown Hero Outdoors Hero of the Week on every podcast. So, like I said just a second ago, if you have anybody that you want to recognize, semperdoggin@gmail.com is the place to do that. Okay. That's all for the upcoming episodes, but we have more. Shane, Mr. Shane Smith, he is a faithful watcher of the Doggin Tuesdays. Tomorrow I'm probably going to catch a little grief for something that I say on here, and that's okay, guys. If you guys don't know who Shane Smith is, you're going to, because Shane is one of the owners, him and his brothers, of Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Ira McGill, looky there, Ira McGill and Quentin Clough are watching. Ira is another person who I just mentioned, like Cody Thornton, is not a houndsman, but they're watching Semper Doggin, because you don't have to be a houndsman to enjoy Semper Doggin and what we stand for. If you like dogs of any kind, this is the place for you. Quentin Clough, he is the guy who got me into coonhounds. He is the reason for all of this behind me. He's the reason that I am obsessed with dogs. Quentin is the man responsible for all of this. So if you guys enjoy this, thank Quentin. If you guys don't enjoy it, blame Quentin. He gets all of this. So thanks guys for watching. But like I was saying, with Froggy Bottom Outdoors, they are the title sponsor here at Semper Doggin. Froggy Bottom Outdoors, not only are they our title sponsor, they do pay my bills. I work for them, guys. They are a group of brothers and a family that I really believe in. I really enjoy what they do. I like what they do for the town that they live in, their county. They are doing everything they can to make Blackford County and Hartford City a great town. And by bringing Froggy Bottom Outdoors in that town, it's just one more place that people can go. So if you don't know what Froggy Bottom Outdoors is, we are a full farm, hunt, and outdoor supply store. We've got everything you need for, and we also have an online store, www.froggybottomoutdoors.com. So everything, or 90% of the things that we sell, we can ship right to you. So you don't even have to be from around here to support Froggy Bottom Outdoors. We can send things right to you, ship it right to your door. Anything from chicken feeders, chicken waterers, dog toys, dog leads, lights for coon hunting, briar-proof clothing. We've got dog houses, bird seed, all of your livestock feed. They are dealers for Purina and Kallenbach. Those are the two that we're pushing for the livestock feed. So anything that's in their repertoire, we can get for you guys in there. On the dog food side of things, we are dealers of Inukshuk, Pride, and Next Level dog food. So if you guys are local to the area and you're needing something, you want to try something new, feel free, stop by, let us know what you're looking for, and we will try to help you the best that we can. So, like I said, farm, hunt, outdoor supply. We've got everything from pond chemicals to habitat management stuff. All of your food plot stuff for all you big deer hunters out there. We've got it. Deer blinds, dog houses, Froggy Bottom Outdoors is going to be your one-stop shop for what you need. Anything Garmin, anything that Garmin offers, if you guys need it, get a hold of me, and I will try to take care of you the best that I can. For those of you who are listening to this on the podcast, you're not watching it over here, my number, I'll just give you my number, 765-499-8577. That's how you can get a hold of me. I will personally answer the phone. I will try to take care of you the best that I can. Shane Smith said, Bean Bryce Matthews. He loves it. If you guys want to know a little backstory on that, whenever I was looking into my job description, there was like number 17 at the bottom. It had all these things that I was supposed to be doing. And number 17 was B. Bryce Matthews. And I remind Shane of that daily. Anytime he shakes his head, he says, good job. He says, hey, change this up. I just let him know, hey, you told me B. Bryce Matthews. So number 17 on the list. I'm going to stick to that. We are going to have chicks coming up here. We just made a order with our Purina rep over there to get some chick boxes. We're going to have chick days coming on. So if you guys need any chicks, feel free. Swing over to Froggy Bottom Outdoors. We'll get you taken care of. So, also, speaking of that now, we have some more upcoming events. Mr. Jay Lynn said he took care of me on the Tread XL. Mr. J is a fella that I just met very recently within the last couple weeks, and he is a coyote hunter up here next to me. And, it's crazy that I live so close to Mr. J, and I didn't know who he was. And, through a mutual friend, I was able to get hooked up with Jay, and he has been gracious enough to take me and my boy hunting with him the last 2 weekends, and we've had a blast. We've had an absolute blast. So we just hooked Mr. J up with the Garmin Tread XL. If you guys aren't aware of that, it's like a crazy high-tech version of the drive track. We can get you guys taken care of if you need one of those for you, especially for those of you guys who are running multiple hounds at once. If you want the clearest quality, you want the best picture, you want great connection, and you want to be able to track all those dogs, the Tread XL is for you, and we can hook you up. Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Brenda Ross, she said, that's good to know. She has coon hunting equipment, gear, Garmin items, and stuff for us to build deer blinds for the next season. Miss Brianna, I will take care of you. So, just get a hold of me. So, some upcoming events for Froggy Bottom Outdoors that are going to be noted. We all know that canines can take us to some wild places, and some of those are only accessible by an off-road vehicle. No matter how hard you try to maintain your ride, something is bound to break on one of your adventures. When you find yourself looking for replacement parts, or maybe even a few upgraded parts to further try and prevent a breakdown, look no further than Never Satisfied Off-Road. Joey Goforth is the proud new owner of Never Satisfied Off-Road and is ready to serve you. Performance accessories such as lift kits, portals, tires, and more can all be found at Never Satisfied Off-Road. Located in Covington, Tennessee, the team at Never Satisfied Off-Road is ready to ship parts and accessories for your ride anywhere in the country. As their new website is currently being built, be sure to follow them on Facebook at Never Satisfied Off-Road 23 to keep up to date on the hottest items and sales. Give them a call at 731-693-9921 to place your order and get your ride ready to follow your canine wherever they may take you. Are you ready for the best part though? Mention that you heard this ad on the Semper Doggin podcast and you will receive a Semper Doggin approved listener discount. Let's see here. Let's go down the list. March 8th. March 8th, I will be attending the PKC Indiana State Hunt in Rockville. Okay. I'm taking wheels down there. I was fortunate enough to barely slide into the top 16 this year. When I say barely slide in, guys, I mean by pennies slide into the top 16. So Wheels and I are going to be down at the PKC Indiana State Hunt in Rockville on March 8th. We will not be set up as a vendor down there, but if you guys need boots, lights, competition vest, leads, collars, handhelds, anything you guys need before then, feel free to let me know. We'll get you taken care of. We can pay for it right over the phone. You can order it online, and I will bring it to you at the PKC Indiana State Hunt, March 8th in Rockville, Indiana. March 22nd and 23rd, though, we will be set up as vendors. And this is something that I'm excited about. We are going to be going to the PKC Beagle, I believe it's the World Championship, at the Mississinawa Reservoir, and we are going to be set up full blown. We're going to have all of our stuff up there from Froggy Bottom Outdoors, so we will be the vendors over there for that event, and I'm excited for that because I have never attended a beagle hunt. I've actually never even been on a competition beagle cast. I think they call them field trials. So I'm excited to go to that, to meet those guys, to see their hounds, to interact with that group of people, and venture out, learn something new. I am pumped about that. And I'm going to take all my podcast stuff with me, and we're going to try and get a few episodes recorded while we're there because to me, it's new. I want to learn about it. And I know that if I don't know much about it, some of you guys don't know much about it either. And so if we can bring everybody together as houndsmen, if we can all work for one cause, which is to enjoy the sport, keep hound hunting alive for the future generations, then that's good for everybody. So I'm going to support that the only way that I know how, and that's through recording and preserving memories with this podcast equipment on the Semper Doggin podcast. That's what I'm going to do. So that is March 22nd and 23rd. March 29th and 30th will be an event that I will be attending. It is the Tournament of Champions Zones Hunt up in LaGrange, Indiana. And we will not be set up as vendors up there, but like I said, for the Indiana State Hunt, I will be there. If you guys need something, let me know. And Erica Miller said she has to run, but she enjoyed listening. Thank you, Miss Erica. Erica, I just met her recently too. She's dating one of my good buddies, Nick Immel, and her, Nick, me, and my fiance Nikki. We've all went hunting a couple of times, and I've really enjoyed spending time with Erica and Nick. So, Erica, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, TOC Zones, LaGrange, Indiana, March 29th and 30th. I'll be there with wheels again. If you guys need anything there, let me know. Call us at the store. Give me a call on my work phone, 765-499-8577. I'll get you guys taken care of. I can bring you whatever you need there to the zones in LaGrange. All right. We're starting to wind things down. April 5th and 6th, we will be back at the Mississinawa Reservoir, set up as vendors for the AKC Beagle event. Mr. Earl Chupp is watching. Earl, thanks for tuning in. Earl he's a coyote hunter. He runs with Mr. Jay Miller that I just talked to you guys about. We're going to get Earl set up on a Garmin tread. He doesn't know it yet, but he's got one coming for him. So, Earl, thanks for tuning in, buddy. April 5th and 6th, the AKC Beagles World Championship at the Mississinawa Reservoir. Froggy Bottom Outdoors set up as a vendor up there. Going to try and get some podcast recordings with those guys. Tap into that world. I'm sure that it's just like the coon hunting guys, where AKC guys are a little different than the UKC guys and the PKC guys, just like in coonhound. So tap into those guys in the AKC deal. Claire Hurt is watching. Claire, thank you for joining. Claire is another person who is not a houndsman, and she's joined into Semper Doggin on the Doggin Tuesday. So appreciate the support from everybody we have going on there. All right. The last event, April 13th and 14th, is going to be the Grant County Outdoor Expo, and that is where we will be set up. It's an event that I've never been to. Grant County is right here, close to home, right close to the store, and they're having an outdoor expo. So if you guys want to come out there, if you live close here to Central Indiana, let me know. If you want to, if you're going to be there, we'd be glad to meet you guys. We'll have everything set up there for the Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Nikki just commented. I'm glad she said this. July 13th, guys, is the UKC Indiana State Youth Hunt. That is going to be right here, Peru, Indiana. So anybody listening that has a youth that enjoys the competition coon hunt, make sure you mark on your calendar July 13th. Peru, Indiana is going to be the place to be. We have all kinds of stuff going on. That is going to be presented by the Hoosier Tree Dog Alliance. Guys, we have a fantastic committee of ladies who are working on different events. And number one on their list right now is this youth hunt. We've got, like I said, my fiance Nikki is on there. We've got Angie Cable, LaDonna Williams, Abby McCorkle. We've got ladies on here who their passion is the youth and their passion is the future of our sport. We have a gentleman who has committed to a $1,000 scholarship for one of the kids that's going to show up to this hunt, guys. That's going to be given away. More details to come on how they're going to be able to earn that, but I do know that he's committed to $1,000 and possibly more. So that's just one of the prizes. We have a fantastic prize package coming up on that. So July 13th, UKC Indiana State Youth Hunt presented by the Hoosier Tree Dog Alliance. Froggy Bottom Outdoors will be there. I'm going to be there. It's going to be fantastic. Peru, Indiana. So I believe that is all that I have for the upcoming events. Now, we're going to start winding this down, and I'm going to let you guys in on a little something. If anybody is interested in a nice 8-week-old puppy, get a hold of me. I've got some pups out of Dorch's Driveline. He has made a splash in the competition coonhound world here recently. He had a pup that won the Fall Super Stakes the last 2 years in a row, Mr. Driveline. So his pups are making some noise. I've got 3 females out of Drive that are up for discussion. They are available, and I think I'm going to be doing a raffle on those on my personal page here coming up. So what I have in my head right now is we're going to do a raffle. Winner takes their pick out of either of the 3 pups. So make sure you follow me on my own Facebook page there if you guys are interested in a puppy. I got 3 females. They're going to be up for grabs. I'm going to take 2 of those for myself, keep them out of those. Shane, he came and got 2 of them this weekend. We're trying to put these in the hands of people who are going to push them and take them and give them the best chance that they can. Like I said, I got 3 females left, though, to get rid of. So if you guys are interested, follow me on my personal Facebook page. We're going to be doing a raffle for one of those pups. You guys will be able to get a pup cheap, and a well-bred pup. The mama is out of Willie, and she goes back to Dick Brother stuff as well. So we're going to do that. I was going to say this too. The 2 pups that I'm going to keep, I am going to try something on these pups, and Shane's going to get a laugh out of this sitting in his recliner right now. The pup that I have right now, Tramp, she's 8 months old, and going all the way back to the beginning of this recording here in this podcast, we talked about Heath Hyatt and the journey and some of the things that he has going on over there. And one of the things was scent imprinting, and I did that with Tramp by herself. I went through the whole process, and there were some things that I want to tweak on the next go around, and one of those is I want to try and do it with more than one dog. So, one of the reasons that we are going to keep 2 of these pups is I'm going to try the scent imprinting on 2 and see if those pups gaining confidence through each other and running around together loose on the farm together all the time shows any difference than just one solo pup. Because with Tramp, I did everything by herself. She had nobody pushing her throughout the day. She ran loose by herself. So I'm curious to see if 2 of these pups, if they go out there, get in some mischief and learn a little differently. So it's just something that I'm trying, and keep 2 of those for myself. So guys, Shane Patton's watching. Guys, thank you to Shane Patton. If you guys do anything with PKC and you enjoy PKC hunts, thank Shane Patton and his team. They do a great job over there at PKC. They got the PKC World coming up. They just had the qualifiers this last weekend. I did not compete in it, but I kept up with it. Looked like a lot of good dogs got in. So, Shane, thank you to you and your team for everything that you guys are doing over there at PKC. I'm going to wrap this up with those of you guys who might be listening right here on Facebook, but you're not listening anywhere on the podcast, guys. The Semper Doggin podcast and the Doggin Tuesday episodes can be found just about anywhere that you get your podcast. We are on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Everywhere that podcasts are found, we're there. And we appreciate you guys joining us and following along over there. We're also on all the social media platforms. Obviously, you're watching on the Semper Doggin podcast group here on Facebook. Anybody who's made it to this video, it's because you've made it to the Facebook group. So we're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. It's a different type of social media site than most podcasts go to, I think. But some of the people that we want to reach out to and try to get onto this podcast are big onto LinkedIn. And there's a guy, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. I'm going to wait till it happens. There's a guy that we're in talks with right now who does a humongous, he has a humongous following and a page for retired canines who served in the military and in law enforcement. So if we can get him on, that's going to be huge. But we found him on LinkedIn. So we're on LinkedIn. We are also on Instagram. So anywhere that you guys get your podcast or social media, Semper Doggin is there. I appreciate everybody for joining us over here. It's been fantastic the first few episodes. We have a lot in store. This is something that Basham and we have a huge passion for this. We have the desire to take what we are learning and share that with everybody. And, this is just one of the ways that we're able to do it. So thank you guys so much for joining us over here. Thanks to everybody who's been commenting on this video. Enjoy interacting with you guys. Yes, Lydia, how can I help you?
Mom said you wanted a beer.
No. So, all right, guys. Well, one of the kids come in, just checked on me. That must be my cue to get off here for the night. So I'm going to wrap things up. Like I said, this episode will drop tomorrow, wherever you guys get your podcast. And Jason Smith said, Bryce is keeping it real. That's me. This is what these Doggin Tuesdays are. This is the behind the scenes of the Semper Doggin podcast, where we can even get interrupted by the kids in the house. So it's all good, guys. This is who we are. This is raw. This is Semper Doggin. So make sure you join us in 2 weeks whenever we drop our next, or we go live again with Semper Doggin, Doggin Tuesdays. Like I said, our next episode coming up is going to be March 8th, Winter Classic, telling stories and preserving memories. So wherever you guys get your podcast, be sure to join us over there. That's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you so much, and keep dogging until next time.